Welcome to Zoe Home Inspired Living. My name is Rina. I'm a chemical engineer by profession and put up my own cosmetic active ingredients company when I was 30 years old. I was very successful in my field, but an illness put an end to my career. Now in my new normal, I stay at home and tend our family while I also decorate, do table settings, I paint, I sew, I garden, and bake for tea time. I pray you will be inspired by your visit. Hello everyone! I am so excited for today's video because once again we are redecorating the whole downstairs. It's been very rainy in here in our place the past days, and even today the rain and the sunshine are intermittent with each other. So still we are pushing through with our redecorating video and also later on mini tour of the whole downstairs. Our house is a traditional house mostly because of the wrought iron doors. Yes, and then matching the stairs. So we have wrought iron stair railings, and then of course the crown moldings, and also the French doors, the baseboards, the moldings that we have put in when we renovated this house. Because my mindset was really into a traditional house. I'm not really into the uber modern house with glass and just like a box type plan of a house. So it is made this way, and we are happy with it. And also because of my buying and selling mostly vintage decor, I sell mostly vintage decor like vintage or antique Nara furniture, and also the brass, crystal, like that. So most of this vintage decor find their way to my own personal collection for our home. So our home is decorated mostly with vintage items. But recently I have been watching some styling of more modern homes, and I also discovered something that is the transitional home or transitional house, meaning there is a mix of the traditional with the modern. So mixing them together harmoniously. And that is what we are going to do today. I am going to replace some of my vintage decor with more modern elements, and then try to blend them all together to create a transitional home. My vintage decor items are really valuable to me, like the pair of Waterford lampshades that I acquired early this year, and I am going to keep that, of course. Now we have a lot of redecorating to do, so let's get to working. This is a lot of ceramic vases. They are pre-loved and they are in satin gold finish. I got them from a seller who was decluttering, and it's always a good thing to buy from such sellers when they are in a hurry to do away with their worldly goods. So usually you can get them at a very low price. I like them because they are quite big, and also they are heavy. They are ceramic and heavy. So I'm hoping to be able to use some of this batch for my redecorating. And this batch, oh, I really like this. A few weeks ago, I sent Hannah and Tim to the Pitan Arcade. The Pitan Arcade is in Manila. It's just near UST where Hannah went to college. So I sent them to go and shop for modern contemporary decor, which the Pitan Arcade is really known for. And there you can find unique pieces at a very affordable price. Yes. So these are the things that they got for me. Of course, they showed me the pictures first, and then I made my selections, and they are quite heavy. This one is porcelain, donut vase, they call it. And this one, it's textured. And that gourd there. I love these pieces. This batch came from a factory outlet. So they are also clearing out their stocks. And I got this also at very low prices because they are direct manufacturer. And this one, the last group that I'm going to show you, I bought them from China online store. And of course, they're made in China, but it's all right because I like the simplicity and elegance of this ginger jar. It's just off-white and with the gold like that. And this one's, yeah, it's very modern. The design is. And yeah, we are going to use them for the coffee table. Now that I'm trying to transition our home from too much vintage or just too old worldly, I think that this mirror here, it's a French mirror, is just too grand for that style that I am aiming for. And also this floral arrangement that I put in here, it's just still so beautiful. I'm not giving it up, but I think that I want to try to make this foyer simpler, like a more simple mirror perhaps, not too elaborate, and also a simpler floral arrangement, more neutral. This antique bronze fruit tray will also have to go, but I think that I'm still keeping it probably for Christmas. Yeah, so for now it will be housed in the stock room. And also this vintage brass floral arrangement, I've had it filled up with faux flowers some years ago back in the old house, and I think that I am going to retire it as well for the time being. Yeah, so we are going to change this too, but I'm leaving out this crystal lamp here. I want to stay here. This one is Capo di Monte. It's a Capo di Monte porcelain decor, and this will be offered in my online store. Our sofa is fairly new. It's actually expensive, but when it arrived in Town and Country, that was before we moved here in Sun Valley, I was so surprised by its bulkiness. It's so massive, and so I didn't like it as well. But it's so very hard to resell sofas. I have found that out. So even though I really want to replace this, I don't know where to put them. And also, I realized that my painting, though for me it's already very large, it's quite small compared to this two-seater sofa. So by God's grace, I'm also going to replace this painting here with a much bigger one, so that it will span the whole length of this two-seater sofa. I also plan to remove this console table. I have wanted to put a console table at the back of the sofa for the longest time, and now I was able to do it here in this house because it's a lot bigger. But I think that I want to open the space more, especially that this has become so narrow and it's so hard to pass through with my wheelchair. So we will try to remove this console table to open up the living room and to move the sofa backwards. So we'll see. And this is what I have been talking about. If you are in buying and selling, look at those candle holders. They have just congregated here on this console table. They're all for selling. And yeah, this happens. This double oval mirror is very vintage. And I think that I have shown you this already during the Christmas season. We used this. So this is vintage. And now I mixed it with this more modern decor. So we have this white and gold ginger jar, ceramic, and also that one, the pierced ginger jar, it's a small one. And this very popular donut vase. And just a very simple arrangement of cherry blossoms there. And this pair of brass crane. And this is also very vintage. So there is some mixture or a very harmonious amalgamation of vintage and modern decor in this foyer. This is Nara, solid Nara furniture, and of course it's vintage. So I learned that transitional styling is less cluttered. It's really neat looking. So I hope that I have achieved that in this foyer. This is a Franklin Mint sculpture of a polar bear and this glass here. So I intend to sell it later on, but I just want to see how it looks like here in our vignette in this console. I think that it looks lovely here. So I added this vintage crystal and brass with the marble base fruit tray here because yeah, I think that it blends well. This crystal here and the glass here. Yeah, you know. And of course it picks up the gold in the staircase. Modern and vintage coexisting together. This is a set of vintage candle holders that I refinished in metallic gold. They were super black before because it's been tarnished. They are solid brass, and of course I envisioned them to be super elegant after refinishing them. So here they are. So they're just super elegant with that twisting design of the stem. I would have preferred a different fruit instead of these pineapples for two reasons. I think that these pineapples have been popular as a decor a few years ago, so I'm quite late in using them. And also that I would have preferred the cherries. They are ceramics with steel stems and leaves. So I wanted those, but they are not available locally for now from local sellers. I can't find available stock, so I am using these pineapples instead. This set, coffee table set, is really for selling, but it's only now that I am going to pack them up to be brought to my showroom. So I'm saying goodbye to this French provincial chairs and this matching table. By the way, I would just like to show you that I finally was able to trim it. Months ago, I trimmed it there. These are custom made accent chairs. I saw the photos in Pinterest and I wanted them to be customized. And I contacted at least 3 furniture makers. One who made our bed with a tufted headboard. Another one who made the dining chairs. And then another one who is also a popular furniture maker. But they all priced this chair very, very high. And so I didn't want to shell out that amount of money for this accent chair. So I was able to find a furniture maker in Bulacan who is not that popular yet. And so I had them make these 2 accent chairs made up of steel with those accent there. It's like the benzene ring. Okay, hexagons. And the center table that I used here, the coffee table, Roel made steel also, and the marble, which is exactly the same. It was taken from one slab. Yeah, I already showed that in a previous video. Now, I may be aiming for transitional style of decorating, but I cannot help putting in this French Aubusson rug. When it's dark, it's like maroon, but it's really magenta, a very deep magenta, which I love. I love the color magenta even in my painting. I also like this French Aubusson rug. It came from my store. So what I really wanted is a pop of color amongst the beiges and the neutrals. As you can see, also my painting is still there on that wall. And that one, the art glass, it's also in magenta. So I think that I did not break the rule in transitional style by putting in this beautiful French Aubusson rug. These are branches of bottle brush plants which we took from the garden. We just broke off some branches and put them into this crystal vase for a natural look. Although it's been so very tiring for me redecorating the whole downstairs, but it was really satisfying, so enjoyable, especially to see the results of our the planning and all the redecorating works. And I am happy with how it turned out. Now, I think that I like this transitional styling. And if you have noticed, I did not touch the corner beside the front door. I don't have yet a definite plan for that corner, but it will be a major makeover. So I did not include it in this styling because it will be an entirely different project altogether. Thank you so much for watching, and I do hope that you enjoyed today's video, styling and decorating with both modern and vintage decor, blending harmoniously together. So I hope that I have inspired you to do it as well if you have a traditional home. See you in next video. Thank you. God bless. Bye.